Greetings.
Also,
So today we're going to talk to Jane Tepley about the subject of emotions. You mentioned that people should not be afraid to fail. Tell us about that.
well, that is actually a very important role in life in general, not just about emotions, because this is how we learn. Some people think that if they fail, as in if things don't go as they plan them to go, it's a failure, when in real world it's just a feedback. It's just something to learn from. So for example, as kids we do all sorts of things and we touch all sorts of objects, and some of them may happen to be sharp or hot, and then we touch them. We don't consider that as a failure, we just learn from it. So we think, oh, okay, well, don't touch the hot oven or iron again because it's hot and it hurts, and we simply take it as what it is, as a feedback. But later on, because of different social constructs and because of a self-imposed ego image, we become more and more rigid in our ways. So what happens is we become constrained by that ego that forces us to do certain things a certain way, and the more we go, the more those self-imposed yokes are getting heavier and heavier. So instead of taking things for what they are, as simply feedback, we then, every time things don't go the way we want them to go, get upset, when in reality, how many times can you actually look back and notice that when something didn't go according to the plan, you were actually better off for it? With a hindsight, that unexpected turn was actually a turn for the better. I bet it happened many, many times, right? So what we think as a negative feedback is simply a learning curve. So let's say with emotions, if something doesn't go according to the plan, instead of judging yourself or your attitude, you could instead think, okay, so because I did that, this happened, what did I learn from it? So you become stronger. But if you shut down your emotions, like some people do, they suppress their emotions, and instead of acting on their true self and true integrity, they present an acceptable version of themselves in their own book as a social construct being built under the influence of mass media and other people. So they present that social construct to other people, and they try to behave in a way that would be congruent with that construct, but is not congruent with their true essence. So although they may avoid certain pitfalls and certain lessons, they're not better off for it, because it doesn't let them become stronger. And sometimes pain is actually the best teacher, because it draws your attention to the fact that something is wrong, or to the fact that you should address something, or to the fact that you simply need to train more, for example. Because if you get hit in a real fight, it simply means that you weren't fast enough, so you need to exercise and train more to catch up. So, for example, if we were thinking about it as in real physical terms, if people were avoiding physical pain as badly as they're avoiding emotional pain, we would end up having no fighters and no soldiers and no people like that, because no martial artists, because everyone would think, oh, well, if they hit me or if I fall and it's going to hurt, and it's horrible. And nobody thinks like that. If you get knocked down, you just, dust yourself off and get up and fight again. So if you think of your emotional attitude that way, if you get knocked down, you simply get back up and you get stronger for it, then you will have the courage to go and experience more in life and be more open in relationships, either business relationships or relationships with people, intimate relationships, because you would not be afraid of falling or getting hurt, because you will know that if that happens, you simply need to learn from it. And I have another video talking about how not to get let down and betrayed by people. So learning about that is a very, very important step on the path.